What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday over here. Hope you guys had a great weekend and will have a good rest of the weekend. On this post, we're going to be talking about XDC network, but right now, Bitcoin is currently still underneath 27K. What is the importance of this? Could Bitcoin continue to pump the other quite a bit of the altcoins as it did for the past 2 weeks or so, or will there be a continuation of the dump from that Fed meeting we had earlier this week? We're going to be taking a look into the charts coming from the perspective of the technical charts and see if we can get any clues. Going to be taking a look into XDC network, see some upside and downside price targets for this coin, and see what has changed since my last post here. Is what we talked about last time still intact? Going to be taking a look into some key price levels for XDC as well in order for this coin to go either direction. I'll be giving you guys my personal sentiment and opinions on this overall crypto markets, so make sure to stay around later for that. Lastly, however, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal speculations and opinions. I can very well be wrong. I am not a financial advisor nor an elite trader of any sorts, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear markets. But I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, if you guys feel pumped, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the charts. All right, currently we do have Bitcoin here at about 26.6-ish, right? Underneath that 27K area. Let's get just a little bit into Bitcoin first, because this could set the tone for next week. For the overall crypto markets, even if we're not trading Bitcoin, it is still important, right? Because it has an effect on quite a bit of these altcoins, right? If you guys been in the market long enough, you guys would know. Now, let's take a look into what could be happening here, right? Bitcoin has broken out of a small falling wedge on this 4-hour time frame, right? Which is usually a bullish breakout, where it did break out to the upside, measure target 29.2K-ish. Somewhere in the middle, price action has gotten rejected, right? About that 27.5K area. It was a rising channel, usually breaks to the downside. Now let's come over to the hourly time frame. Talked about this falling wedge pattern yesterday. Usually breaks to the upside, and it did. And now it's getting rejected. It did have a little bit of a pump earlier today, just in the last hour. Went up to about 26.7K. That's all the way up from about, 20. I guess it's not that much now. Never mind. Okay, it just looked like the scale of the candle. It's kind of exaggerating the pump. But what's really going on here is it broke out of a falling wedge pattern. Looks like it's probably going to form some kind of a cup and handle pattern. It's just an estimate. It doesn't have to. I'm just saying what it looks like. It is not a completed cup and handle, right? So that's what I'm seeing. Your immediate resistance, very short-term resistance, is going to be your hourly 200 SMA, 26.7K-ish. All right. Overall, Bitcoin here is trying to stay away from this huge breakdown, right? This double top pattern. If this breaks, it's going to look bad for a lot of the altcoins, right? 24.7K, that is your breakdown for this double top pattern on this weekly time frame, right? Weekly 50 SMA coming up to the neckline, so that makes that should make trading a bit easier, because you can break both supports at once. For either both long and short traders, I think that would clear up a lot of things, right? If it actually breaks this neckline and the weekly 50 SMA is basically at the neckline or above. Let's take a look into XDC network. See what has changed since last time we talked about this, right? Last time we talked about this, it was on the weekly time frame where it looks like it's we are having a rounded bottom here, right, for XDC. Rounded bottoms are bullish patterns because if you guys can imagine, it is getting higher highs and higher lows, right? More buyers are noticeably coming in. Now let's take a look into what could be happening on a smaller time frame here. Last time we talked about a falling wedge on this daily time frame. I usually like looking at the daily time frame to get an idea of what could be happening on the weekly time frame, right? Talked about this I think it already broke out already, I'm sure. Last time we talked about this measured target out of this falling wedge is going to be about 8.4 cents area. Price action broke out, only to go so far to about 6.7 cents area. And then now what kind of pattern could it be forming, right? Is this breakout still valid? I think this breakout is still valid because it is still above the pattern and is still above, it hasn't breached its lows yet, right, of the pattern. The low of this pattern is about 5 cents area, right? We are still holding that low, right? If it does break a lower low, if it does come down for a lower low comparing to its breakout, then you really have to evaluate if the situation, right? There's going to be nuances. But I think in this case, if it actually breaks this low, I think I will consider invalidating this pattern right here. Let's see what could be happening right now, right? Could this be another falling wedge? Right, this is another falling wedge. So let's see what happens with this one, right? Falling wedges typically break to the upside. However, there is going to be probabilities that it breaks to the downside as well. Now, the measured target out of this smaller falling wedge after this breakout, you basically take the measurements of the opening of the pattern and then you put it in a future breakout date. I'm just going to pick any breakout date in the future that seems reasonable just to get the measured target. Okay, so let's say if it breaks out by October 2nd, let's just say, okay, it doesn't have to break out by then. I'm just picking a reasonable breakout date for the sake of getting a measured target. If it breaks out by then we have a measured target of about 6.4 cents area. Okay. Right. So that's basically what I'm seeing. If it breaks out of here, it could still yeah, so it's gonna be a pretty nuanced situation. If it breaks out of here, then you can still consider this price action to be part of this breakout right here. But there is a chance of going a lower low here than 5 cents, right? In that case, then just take, in my opinion, then I would just follow this measure target, right? And probably disregard this one. So it's gonna be a pretty nuanced situation. Let's see here. Let's take a look into some key price levels for this price action to go upwards, right? Well, let me go back. Let me just walk it back a little bit more. Let's take a look into a smaller time frame because the theme here has been on the daily time frame. So let's see if we can get any more clues on what could be happening. Let's come to the 4-hour time frame here. See if we can get any clues on if this is going to break out of the smaller falling wedge even. So out of this, out of this 4-hour time frame, another falling channel this is a falling channel, right? Which usually breaks to the upside still, right? And it looks like it's basically at the top trend line there. So let's just say, very short-term small pattern here. Let's just say if it breaks out in the next 4-hour, right? Then you're going to get a measured target for about 5.4 cents area, okay? If it doesn't, then, you're looking at lower price levels, probably coming back down to this bottom trend line here, right? Which is basically, which seems like it's going to be the bottom trend line of this smaller falling wedge on the daily time frame. You also have a double bottom as well on this 4-hour time frame, so maybe that could help with the breakout, right? And with the bullish divergence on the RSI as well. So the key takeaway to take away from this is measure targets are estimates only, right? It could be over, under. Google search whatever trading terms that's being talked about here. That's even more important. Your falling wedges, your measure targets, your measure moves, your falling channels, double bottoms. Go ahead and Google search that. It's going to be good for you in the long run, because the more you get to know how to judge and chart these on your own, the better. It's going to take some time to learn how to chart. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it took a while, but if you're interested in the topic and you're interested in staying here for the long run and just being independent of other people's opinions for the most part, and just being here in the long run, then you have to learn these concepts and you have to learn how to just judge these charts on your own, right? So that's basically what I'm seeing. Let's take a look into some key price levels going upwards, right? Going upwards, we don't have any. We have a 3-day 21 SMA, which is currently at about 5.8 cents area, the blue line. Daily 21 SMA, 5.4 cents area. Daily 50 SMA, 5.7 cents area, the gray line. You're going to have quite a bit of major moving averages below the price action, so that's good, because you're going to see quite a bit of support down there for potential bounces. Let's take a look into some key price levels on the downside. You always got to consider the downside. Of course, we're only going to take a look into the noticeable key price levels on both sides, because we have quite a bit of major moving averages above the price action and below the price action. You guys can take a look into further key resistances and supports on your own based on past trading history, right? But I'm not going to do that on this post for time's sake. All right, so daily 200, that's going to be about 4.3 cents area, the orange line. Daily 50 SMA, which is going to be about 4.4 cents area. 3-day 200 SMA, about 3.8, 3.9 cents area, the orange line here. The weekly 21 SMA is going to be about your 4.5 cents area. Weekly 50 SMA is going to be about the 3.7 cents area. So quite a bit of major support beneath the price action. Your monthly 21 is going to be the blue line here, about the 4 cents area. So about that, 3.7 to 4.5 cents, I think. Quite a bit of support, but it is still a 10% down, right? So something to be just keeping in mind of. That's basically what I'm seeing for XDC here. My overall sentiment on the overall crypto markets is currently bullish, right? I have longs on quite a bit of the altcoins. This is not one of the altcoins I'm trading, but if you guys do want me to continue bringing you guys updates on XDC, like, subscribe, comments. If enough of you guys want to see this post, I will continue, guys, to bring you guys updates. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of the weekend. I'll see you guys later.